Hi, welcome. In this video, I want to talk about the shell game that these permissive bribery-based dog trainers are playing with the public. And again, if you follow my channel, again, I'm responding to all of it, okay, or as much as I can, because as I move forward, you're just seeing these videos just keep popping up. These characters keep popping up, but it's the same playbook. It's the exact same shell game. And again, you wonder why the dog training world is in the state that it's in, with all the confusion. Look at all the divisiveness. Look at all the blame shifting on the dogs. All of it. And again, that's why I posted my 6-part series related to the core ingredients. Okay, I talk about influence and control, the role they play by way of a intentional interaction-based approach. And meanwhile, again, all these trainers out there playing the shell game. So what's the shell game? Well, the shell game is trying to attach labels to other trainers, again, such as myself, in terms of, dog abuse, violence, and all these different labels that you see, put out in the dog training community. Well, guess what? I'm lifting that shell up and telling you exactly, the game that's being played here by, again, putting out specific information in terms of establishing the criteria to actually define what real abuse represents versus this permissive, ideology that attempts to, shift focus away from what they're doing. And what are they doing? These are the same trainers who are trying to attach labels like abuse. These are the same trainers who, within their permissive approach, are blaming dogs like crazy. I mean, you talk about the death before discomfort agenda. Well, these are the trainers that set people up for failure. These are the same trainers that end up putting dog owners in a very bad position, a position where oftentimes dog owners are completely blindsided. They get actually bitten by their own dog. And then they just throw their hands up in the air and say, I don't know what happened. And these are the same trainers. These are the trainers that have lots to say on social media, but they can't actually show results. Okay, this is why their videos look the way that they do. So again, as these trainers continue to play that shell game, I'm going to be lifting the shells up, talking through all of it, because again, this is what's been going on since the beginning. These same trainers, they can't even get along with each other. Okay, they're throwing each other under the ideological bus. There's been situations, I talk about that, such as the Jeff Gellman Bonker situation was a great, or bad, however you want to see it, illustration of all these confused, compromised, balanced dog trainers trying to label a situation that represent confusion, okay, by way of the rolled up towel, a bonker, and trying to, have Jeff Gellman charged, locked up. These balanced dog trainers piled onto that situation, just like force-free trainers. A total disgrace. And again, I know I talk through that situation. I talk about what it represents in terms of, confusion. Same issue with Zach George versus the dog daddy. Look at that. Okay, the same type of situation. These trainers, again, they're all over the map. They're throwing each other under the bus. They're going after anybody that they can because, again, they're confused. They're turned over. But again, I'll say they're playing this shell game. But again, what I'm doing is I'm lifting the shells up. I'm saying, here's what's under that shell. Influence and control. Here's what's under that shell. Blame shifting. Here's the reason for that. So going through all of it. So again, I encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel for the right reasons. Okay, the journey towards finding answers as to what defines a process, real hope and real help for your dog. And meanwhile, just look at the dog training world. Again, I'm going through it. Again, I've at times I've kind of ignored it, continue to help dogs like I've always done. But guess what? I'm moving through all of it. So all the slander, all these personal attacks, these trainers that can't show anything. Well, these are just absolutely disgraceful. And again, trying to impact people, trying to leave bad reviews on people's websites. These trainers are just turned over to this stuff. But again, I'm talking through all of it. I'm providing proper context, insight, connecting dots for people, understanding how to achieve a predictable, intentional outcome with your dog. And meanwhile, these trainers, they don't care. Okay, the shell game is blaming dogs. It's all about them. All these ego statements they're making all over social media. It's a disgrace. So I'm moving forward with it. I'm on Rumble. I'm on, YouTube, Rumble, because again, these trainers have engaged in trying to engage in copyright strikes on fair use. It's so crazy. The dog training world is an absolute train wreck. And these trainers are the same trainers that are not connecting dots that way. They don't care about any of it. You'll never hear them even whisper, have a conversation as to what the real issue is, because they can't. You can't talk about that which you're in agreement with. So this is why these trainers are so desperate to try to avoid the question, the very question I put up on my Facebook page. So it's pinned right at the top. I also put a video response to attempt from a confused and compromised balanced dog trainer to answer that question. So I'd encourage you to check that out. You start to understand why the dog training world is in the state that it's in. It's been going on since the beginning. So many contradictions, so many false narratives, so much misinformation. Okay, that's a big word. And everything they're accusing everybody else of doing, they're doing it. Okay, understand that the hypocrisy is unbelievable. But again, the dog training world, even like fake accounts. Again, dealing with trainers that one trainer has like 20 fake accounts. Okay, and he's all over social media. Just these characters popping up. So all to say that I'm confronting all of it based on specific information. My goal is not to get personal, but when you get these trainers accusing someone of abuse and all these different allegations, well, that's pretty strong statements to make based on nothing. Okay, and I go through all of it. So again, my goal is to educate, to inform, but again, to lift the shells up as these trainers try to play this shell game with the public. Thanks for watching.